Okay, so we're back. Thanks for coming back. Ah, that song, man, that was powerfully beautiful. Beautifully powerful. So let's review the song. I liked the beginning, the loose, very loose guitar string. It's really loose and flabby with a distortion sound, and this harmonic. I love that stuff. Using harmonics is a great. It's a great tone to use. It's kind of sort of edgy and bright. It's sort of bellish, like a bell like. So it's catching your attention. And then the bass comes in. Of course, the bass player, he's really cool. He's very unique in his approach to bass. I'm sure he's kind of a pioneer, probably. He probably inspired a lot of bass players. I know he's inspired me just seeing him a few times and inspiring other bassists to use a lot of effects. Now I know Chris Squire, another fantastic bassist, who used some heavy pedals and stuff, and late in the '70s, and I think all throughout his career he always used stuff really unusual stuff. So it's nice to see another bass player who's kind of well established in the music scene, and he's doing lots of cool stuff with bass players, with bass, with effects. There's the composition. There was this parts where it's kind of going descending, like it's da 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 da. So it's like the chords that go down, and they're minor chords. So it's very very passionate, very a lot of feeling, something below the surface, kind of simmering. I noticed about the mix that it seemed just at the start. I didn't notice it later on. I stopped thinking about the mix. I just got really into the song. But the first when the mix was coming out, it was very mono. So it there wasn't a lot of spread. Things were not spread. Obviously, it was still in stereo, but it was very mono, which I always figure is that means they really want to just focus. Like it's like just one. They're not spreading it out. It's just something they really wanted to focus on. The sound, and it had this sort of shushy sound, which is I don't know. It's just a way of describing it. This sort of quality of the production is shushy sounding. I don't know how else to put it. It's sort of like a it's kind of like a kind of a boxiness sort of, but not in a negative way. It's sort of like a containing the music, sort of squishing it a little bit. So it's sort of shuffling a bit. There's sort of friction going on between the sounds, even though they may be clean sounds. They end up distorting a little bit and blending into each other in a kind of just slightly distorted way. It sounded really cool. The chorus, holy mackerel! When you hit the chorus, it's like, ugh, you just melt. That's what I love about. I love the relationship between verse and chorus. The verse needs to be strong all on its own. The chorus needs to be strong all on its own. But when you marry a verse and a chorus where there's just a perfect synergy, where they transfer from the verse into the chorus, where it just is like, it's like stepping off a cliff and going ah, on a bungee cord or something. It just sort of opens up. There's something about the two that just sounds great together. It's like the black, the yin and yang. It's the black and the white, or the absence of space. So there's this something filling the space, and then there's nothing in the space. It's sort of songs are like that. I think songs are kind of yin yang kind of relationships between parts of a song. That's what I love about music too. It's linear. I mean, with you're looking at a frame of picture on a wall in a museum, it's just one. That's it. And that's sort of the whole basis of art. When they're creating their art, that's that basis of a one glance look. Whereas music, you don't just glance at like the first second and then turn it off. You listen to the whole song. It's linear. It unfolds. It's like film in a way too. So it's telling a story in that sense. Music can tell a story, and it can journey. It can meander. It can go from flat to into a wall, smash your face. Music is so creative. I love it. As a songwriter, I just enjoy that art form. Muse, yeah, so it's very heavenly. And then there's this surf guitar tones that he had later in there. And as far as recalling other bands, the song didn't make me recall any other bands. I was just thinking of Muse, but there was one little glimpse, just a little, like a little flash of the Beatles. But that was it. It came and it went just really fast. There was this one little twist near the end there when the piano was playing something about the chording or something. It just reminded me of the Beatles. Just a little flash. That was it. And I really enjoyed that piano there. Like I say, almost in tears there at the end of the song. It was so beautiful. And it's nice to hear Muse slow down and just enjoy the just enjoy the moment because they're very up and up, always on the go. Energizer bunnies in that way, I guess, the lyric that jumped out to me right off the bat, like say if I heard this and I didn't have the lyrics in front of me, I was glancing at them, was open minded. And really the song captured that feeling at the end. Like I said, the end was like an opening up, open minded. I'm sure I used to be so free. I love songs about breaking out of, it says break me in, teach us to cheat, which is different instead of break me out. That's interesting. The truth's unwinding, scraping away at my mind. Please stop asking me to describe. I love the idea of truth and truth as opposed to lies and oppression based on lies. There's so much lying going on the planet, frankly, and that's part of the reason why we're and needing to grow a lot and progress as a humanity is lying. We can't keep lying. We have to be honest. We have to be forthright with each other. I can't underestimate enough how truth is so important, how being honest is so important. It's not a little thing. It's not like a little Sunday school charm. Oh yeah, be honest. You go through your life, be honest. It's not. It's this more to it. There's real substance to being honest and truthful. And what we're seeing in the world right now with all this tumult going on, which I guess goes on forever, but it's particularly poignant right now. We got so much unrest, civil unrest around the globe. The news is not showing it all, but it's going on in every country, in Israel, in Germany, incredible, Britain, in Canada. We've had some. I mean, there's this protest going on all over the place. So it's really the world is really starting to demand more honesty. So, citizen erased. I guess the whole idea is, citizen erased. That's kind of a scary thought, isn't it? Whoa. So, what else can be said? We're going to move on now. I got more songs to react to. I do reactions to entire albums quite often now. And I will be doing a whole Muse album react at some point. And continuing on, spiraling out as Dean. Make sure you subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think, what you thought of this song, how you thought the reaction went. Was it the same for you do you remember the first time you heard the song? Spiraling out, it is Dean. See you all later.